Greetings, everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing all right. And I tell you what, I'm doing all right myself. Glad to be with you once again. And I would like to welcome all of you to another episode of TJ's Topics. That's right. Glad to be with you once again. I consider it a joy, an honor, and a privilege to be able to come into your presence on any given occasion. And here we are now, getting ready for one of the biggest holidays of the year, Thanksgiving. And I know that all of you have a lot planned, in way of food, fun, and family. And I'm sure you're going to have a ball. So I'm going to cut right to the chase, and I'm going to share a very important topic with you today, which I feel coincides very well with this season that we're entering into, this lovely holiday season. In the meantime, be grateful. That is such an important thing to consider at this time of the year, really all year long, but especially at this time of the year that we're in right now. We should be grateful for what we have. Everybody should. And we should be appreciative for all of what we have been allowed to acquire and to enjoy throughout the year. Because despite some of the things that we've seen happen this year, and Lord knows we've seen a lot of stuff happen this year, politically, socially, economically, and otherwise, it hasn't been extremely bad. So, and we managed to survive it. Therefore, we ought to be grateful. On the other hand, there are people out here who may not have received all of what they had hoped for this year. May have been people who were looking for a new job and didn't find one. May have been people looking for a new car, didn't find one, a new home, and didn't find one. May have been somebody looking for a spouse and didn't find one. But I'm going to tell you this. In the meantime, be grateful for what you do have. If you have a roof over your head, be grateful for that. If you have something to get around in, be thankful for that. Be grateful for it. And if you got something to eat, be grateful for that. You may not have the big fat turkey and the ham and the dressing and all that for Thanksgiving coming up. But if you got something to eat, period, that is enough right there to be grateful for. And you may not have the type of money that you would like to have in the bank right now. But as long as your needs are being met, you have something to be grateful for. You still have a reason to smile. And so that's something that we all should do. And I really hope that there will be more people this year smiling. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. I really, when you think about all the things that we have seen take place this year, it is my personal belief that there will be people smiling and be joyful and happy. But sadly, I'm afraid that there may not be too many people smiling this year because, you look at the way the government shutdown is gone, and you look at all the people who have been laid off of their jobs and missed paychecks and stuff like that. I can understand why there may not be many people smiling and may not be many people happy at this time, even at this time of year. I can understand that, you know. And I remember a time when when I was on the job years ago, back in my 20s, and I was on the job and doing good. So I thought, you know, prepared a big lasagna for them and took it to the office, and everybody talking about how good it was. Then 2 weeks later, they sent me packing. And that really pissed me off too, because I put my heart and soul into that lasagna. And then they're gonna fire me. Actually, that happened 20 years ago. I tell you, it was terrible, but eventually I found another job. And so I was grateful. And I was grateful for the season in which I was able to do the work that I did. So regardless of what happens, sometimes, if things don't necessarily go in our favor, we still have to see the good, or at least try to see the good in the situation, and know that there is something better for us on the other side of that experience. I mean, where we are at that moment is not where we're meant to be our whole lives. And so we just have to be grateful for as well as it is. And I hope all of you are grateful for as well as it is in your life at this moment. And even if it's not so pleasant, just know that as long as you keep waking up in the morning, as long as you're able to get up out the bed, put your feet on the floor and take a step left, right, there's still hope. And I promise you things will get better. So let us not be disgruntled. Let's not be upset, angry and bitter, frustrated. But let's try to be as peaceful and content as we can. Because I promise you, there is a brighter day ahead. So on that note, I would like to say thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of TJ's Topics. And before I go, I would like to take this opportunity to wish each and every one of you a very happy Thanksgiving. May your holiday be filled with all types of pleasantries, good food and fellowship and fun, family and friends, fried chicken, or some turkey and whatever you have a taste for, fish, anything. You can eat whatever you want on Thanksgiving. It doesn't have to necessarily be a traditional Thanksgiving meal. It can be anything you want. You can boil hot dogs, or you can, like I said, you can have fish, you can have some spaghetti, you can have coleslaw, whatever you want. But just the fact that you have something to eat, that's all that matters. And I'm truly grateful to have been able to share a little time with you throughout this year. And we got a few more weeks to go until the end of 2025. But I look forward to spending these next few weeks with each and every one of you. And I thank you so much for being kind enough to devote a few minutes of your day to spend with me. Okay. So thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again on the next go round, when we will be getting ready to exit the month of November and enter the month of December. I tell you, this year is almost over. My goodness, it has gone by so fast. This is Taryn Jerome Harris, reminding all of you that every round goes higher and higher. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and enjoy yourselves. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.